Today I'm going to show you how to modify your Nerf Recon CS6. What you're going to need is a small screwdriver like this and a drill. You're going to remove all the screws, including the two on this black cap. When you take apart the Maverick, you want to be careful of, there's this piece right here. It goes into the handle of your gun that allows you to put an extra dart in there. It can pop out, and then there's this piece right here. It goes in the top of your gun right there. And it's a clip that allows you to put like a scope or a laser or something on the top of your gun. You want to keep that piece too. After you remove all the screws, you're going to take the black cap off. You also want to be careful. There's springs inside the gun, and there's a spring right here that might shoot out when you open up the gun. You don't want to lose any of them. See the spring shot out right there in the back. Take off the cover. Alright, I'm going to be showing you to remove the air restrictors. This is right in here. And to stretch the spring. First thing you're going to do is take out all the pieces. Start with the trigger. Careful, it has a spring right here. You can't lose that. Then there's this large spring right here, which is the one we're going to be stretching in a second. There's this piece too that went on the top of the spring. It has a smaller spring too. You don't want to lose that. What you're going to do is I already stretched mine, but you're just going to grab it and stretch it out like that. Okay, from here, you're going to pull out the trigger locking pin, which is this piece. It also has a spring you don't want to lose. Alright, after you stretch the spring, that's the first part of the modification, you're going to be modifying this piece right here. You're going to pull it back and lift it out of the gun. Now this piece you don't want for modification, so you can just set it down for now. When you modify your gun, there's going to be plastic pieces all the way in there. There'll be a small plastic piece, like a small orange plastic rod. And there'll be a bottom piece, and you won't be able to see all the way through. What you're going to do is take your drill all the way through from both sides. It makes it easier. If you start on this side though, the long bit. Once you do it all the way through, that's how you take out the air restrictors. Be careful that you don't break this piece right here off. And what you're going to want to do is take a small screwdriver or a nail. There's a small little rod right here, a metal rod. You want to pop that out. So you can take this piece off, and you can just drill inside the circular barrel. You'll be less likely to break anything. Mine has Gorilla Glue on it because I watched a video that said if you take an orange piece right here, you'll be able to pull your clip out even when it's loaded. But what happens when you do that is that when the barrel clip goes on, it covers this, and if you pull it out when it's loaded, it'll crack this part, and so you don't want to do that. And that's your air restrictor removal and your spring modification. First piece you're going to do is the first piece you're going to put in the gun is this. Now, so you see right there's a plastic, gray piece of plastic sticking out, and then there's a hole right here. You have to line that up with the hole, push it on. Okay, it's lined up, and you're going to push it in, and you hear a big clink. That tells you that it's back in place. Now you're going to put the other pieces back on. When you put this piece on, there's a larger piece that's square, sticks out right there. That piece has to go on the bottom, like this. It'll fit on just like that. Otherwise your gun won't work. Okay. Now you're going to put your spring on, like that. Put this orange piece back in. Slide it on the spring like this. Might want to lift it up a little bit. You're going to push the spring up against there, push it up, and lock it into place, just like that. Then you're going to put the trigger locking pin in, which goes right here. You push it against this, and then you push down, so it locks in like that. Last piece you have to put in for the internals is this trigger piece right here. You just hook it on, just like this. There. That's a modification. And then there's this black piece. You want to make sure you put that back in, like this, right in the handle. Okay. After, when you push that back in, you're going to take your small clip with the spring. You're going to push it on the bottom of the clip. You're going to push it back in on the top of your cocking system on the top. Push it back into place. Now the spring will be sticking out. You don't have to worry about that yet. Just line everything up like this. There you go. Now to get the spring back in, you're just going to lift up the back of your gun and gently push it in and close it again. What you're going to want to do is you're going to put this cap piece back on. There's one more modification that I didn't do that if you want to do you can, but I like it better with it. There's this round piece right here. You can cut it off the saw all the way around, and that way you can see the orange piece come out, but I liked mine better with the black piece on, so I'm going to leave mine on. So you put it on, put these two screws in first, and insert the rest of the screws, and you have your modification.